guys, so today's video is all about my first ever time taking a Soulcycle class, and I thought this would be a pretty interesting video because for the past couple of years I've seen so much talk about Soulcycle and so many YouTube videos about it, and I wanted to experience it for myself and see if it was kind of just like worth what everyone was like making it out to be. I actually took my first and only Soulcycle class, I guess, back in the beginning of February of 2020. So it was quite a while ago, but I still wanted to like make the video because I still had like footage of when I went. I also wanted to see for myself if it was like kind of worth it, especially being a college student. I know that like a lot of people that normally go to Soulcycle are like not like old people, but like millennials, I guess you would say. I don't see a lot of like college students my age going to Soulcycle every day, so I just wanted to see like what all the hype was about. So I'm just gonna start off by talking about kind of the registration process and like the cost of like taking a Soulcycle class. So you can either schedule your first Soulcycle appointment either online or like going to an actual store, but most of the time you're supposed to do it online, I guess. So the one thing that I love about their website is they have like a section of like new people to Soulcycle and like just people who like literally have no clue what it is. They have like this whole like page set for that, and it just walks you through like the classes, the experience, the cost of everything, just how basically everything you need for your first class, and it's super easy. And one of the things that they talk about in like part of the experience is that Soulcycle is more than a workout, it's a sanctuary. And just the whole idea of Soulcycle being like an experience more than a workout is just like kind of like new and cool to me. I never looked at like working out as something that's like so like emotional and like spiritual. Soulcycle is basically all about the experience and the emotional side of like getting in shape and like doing like things for yourself. And yeah, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. After you learn a bit about like what the whole meaning behind Soulcycle is, you learn about how the classes work. So the classes are very like interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything like the classes before. So basically it's just like a very dark room and it's candlelit, and your instructor is at the front of the room, and she or he will have like her own like bike, and they have a microphone, and they're just like throughout the whole like hour and a half class, they're just like constantly just like encouraging and like lifting you up and just like saying all these like motivational things. I think to be a Soulcycle instructor you have to be one, like in shape and like a good like workout person, and two, a motivational speaker, because they are amazing at their jobs. And like the one person that I listened to, the one class I went to was awesome, and I loved like just the energy, just the like whole entire vibe of Soulcycle is just amazing. So leading me into the instructors are awesome. You can actually go on the website and choose like which instructor you think you like will like the best, and like who you think will be like best for you personally. So in Atlanta there was two Soulcycle studios, one in Buckhead and one in Ponce City Market. So I got to like choose which studio I wanted and choose which instructor I wanted, and my computer's here just in case I keep like looking down. So another thing Soulcycle is like really big on is like community and like just like the energy and like the overall like aura around you. All the riders, like all the people that are taking the class, are encouraged to like lift others up and be encouraging and like be welcoming. So another thing Soulcycle says a lot is we embrace and welcome every soul every way, and I love that so much because it's just, you love being inclusive. The website's also really cool. You can like log on, you have to make an account, and when you make your account you can log on and like connect a credit card or a debit card or something. And that's also really cool because when I got to the studio I realized I didn't have any water, so they were able to like give me water and just charge it to my account. I didn't have to like manually take out my card or anything, which is awesome. But another thing on the website is you can like go in and manually choose like your bike that you want. Like in the actual class it like has like rows of like bikes, and you can choose which one you want to be at. So I automatically choose like the back 2 rows because of course I'm not going to be in the front on my first ever class. So yes, and you can also see like which bikes were already taken, so it's awesome. Soulcycle also has like themed classes, I guess. So one class is called like an Ariana Grande theme, another class is like a party theme, and the music to each class is like different, so you can like choose which music you like, and you know, like that's just a great way to get people motivated even more, I think. So I love that. So once you've chosen your instructor, your class time, and your bike, it is now time to pay for the class. And Soulcycle, I'm gonna be honest, is pretty expensive. It was like $20 for my first class, which is not awful. I would say for your first class, $20 is not awful, but obviously it does get expensive the more that you do go to Soulcycle. So it is an investment in your like workout life or whatever, physical activity life. I don't know what I'm saying, but it is an investment, and you know, like that's completely up to you. I thought like going the one time for me was fine. Another thing that people like don't really realize, I feel, is that you have to rent your shoes like every time you go. So with Soulcycle, with the bikes, they have these like special shoes that like have like the clips on the bottom and like they attach to your bike. You have to rent those every time you go, and those are $6, I believe. So because I went for the first time, they like completely waive your like the rent of the shoes, which is awesome for your first time. Like that'll definitely get people to like be more like interested in it if they don't have to pay for the first time. But if you do like choose to go like more times, then you do have to pay the $6 on top of the $20 that you pay for the class. So just keep that in mind. And yes, so being a college student and being 18, I was worried that like I was gonna get treated like just like not good, I guess. I don't know, I feel like Soulcycle is something that like older people do, like not old people, but like more like people in their late 20s and 30s. I feel like it's more for them. But as an 18-year-old, I felt like I was gonna get treated awful, but I was treated like a queen. Oh my god, I walked in and immediately I was greeted by the nicest people, and they like took me on a tour of the whole studio. They like went through like everything with me. They like got me water, they got me my shoes, everything. It was so nice, and like I didn't feel the least bit uncomfortable, and I had a great time. And also because I went to like an 8 a.m. class, there wasn't that many people there, and it was just, I had a great first time. I don't know if I'll ever go again, honestly, but my first time was awesome. So one thing that's more of like a me situation was because I like live in the city, or I lived in the city, I didn't have my own car, and so I had to Uber there, and the Uber there and back was $6, so a total of $12 just for me to get to Soulcycle. The overall cost of me doing Soulcycle for the first time was $32, and this, I was debating on whether I should include me having to take an Uber or not, but that's just something to keep in mind. Like if you don't have a car, like obviously like not everyone has a car, so if you do like have to take an Uber, it's gonna be pretty expensive depending on like what time you go. But I personally had to pay $12 there and back just to go to the class, so it was over $30, and for me that's not really like what I'm trying to do. So I haven't been back since, but I still highly recommend it if you do like have a car and like, you know, you have $20 to spend. Like definitely go try it out, it's amazing. I personally had an awesome experience, it was great. Soulcycle is also like big on catering to like every individual's needs. If you like at any time feel uncomfortable during the class, you're like free to leave, you're free to do whatever, and it's great. The only thing that you can't do is record in the class, so I was able to get like some clips of me like going and getting ready, but I couldn't record actually in the class, which I totally understand. Like people don't want to be recorded when they're like sweaty and gross and stuff. But yes, if you decide to take a Soulcycle class, or if you're like on the fence and like you don't know if you want to take one or not, I highly recommend taking one. It is so awesome. I wish I could go back. Unfortunately, my hometown doesn't have a Soulcycle location, and also like pretty much all the Soulcycle locations are closed right now because of Corona. But as soon as like things get back to normal, definitely take a Soulcycle class if you have the means to. Obviously $20 is like kind of steep for one class, but if you have the ability to take it at least once, I highly recommend it. I hope you liked this video. I hope I was able to help you out if you were, you know, like a little bit on the fence about SoulCycle, or you didn't really know what it's about. I hope I helped you. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!